Everything just fell perfectly into place for your Los Angeles Dodgers. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the perfect storm I've only been talking about for 3 months now on the Dodgers. The perfect storm is here, and everything just fell perfectly into place. We're talking about the starters. The perfect storm's happening. The lineup's off the charts. New bullpen options. Just need to use the bat. But what's the deal? What is Dave Roberts having to say about the Dodgers? And who are they going to start? Well, expect Blake Snell to start game one. Game two is going to be followed by Shohei Ohtani, Yoshinobu Yamamoto. He is going to be third up, and Tyler Glasnow in that order. So there's your one, there's your two, there's your three, there's your four, right? And MLB has also predicted who's going to win, how many games, and also the advantages and disadvantages from each position. But come on. How do you fault that starting lineup right there? Come on, starting pitching for the Dodgers, and you started nasty with Blake Snell to start game one, and then you follow up by Shohei. Come on. And then Yamamoto, followed by Tyler Glasnow, and then look at the bullpen options too as well. Right? Tanner Scott out now, and what is it? Robleski makes an appearance. The Dodgers looking to put things together, and tonight's the big game for the Dodgers. And MLB has talked a little bit of stuff, and they want to tell you who's going to win and what, but we'll get to that in a second. Here's Blake Snell, who we're looking at. He's going to start tonight, game one. And you look at the ERA so far, you got to like that, huh? 138, 1.38. There's the ERA, 13 innings pitched, 18 strikeouts. You got to like that. When you got more strikeouts than innings pitched, that is what a guy needs to do. His whip, .77. He is a monster this year and not a better person to start with. This is awesome to have him go first. Look at his career postseason. He's had 14 games, 6-3, 2.92. So sub-3 ERA, 61 innings pitched. And look at that strikeout number, 79 strikeouts career postseason for Snellzilla. Like that. What's the postseason a picture looking like? There it is. It's official, like a referee's whistle. That is how it's going to go right there. I mean, kind of lackluster with Seattle and Toronto. One of them is going to be facing the Dodgers in the World Series, but it's just crazy that it's lined up that way. Yankees eliminated. That is crazy. The Cubs tried to hang in there. Brewers sent them packing. Big stuff there, but Dodgers will go against the Brewers, right? And what's the rest of the schedule? What's it looking like for the Dodgers? How's it going to work? Here's how it's going to work. So tonight, 5:08, that is the start there. Milwaukee and the Dodgers will go at game one in Milwaukee. So game 1 and 2 in Milwaukee. There is a day break in between, and then they will start things 3 games at Dodger Stadium. That's what they're looking at. And then if it goes to a game 7, you're looking at 2 games in Milwaukee. That would be Monday and Tuesday of next week. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, because this is important. Now, what do the Dodgers need to do here, right? What do the Dodgers need to do when it comes down to taking care of business? Come on. It's the most easiest one. It's the most easiest question out there. You got to take one. You got to take one in Milwaukee. That's your first 2, minimum. That puts the home field advantage on you, and that's exactly what the Dodgers need to do. They need to have the home field advantage back to them, and the way you do that is just get one win and get one win on the road. That's going to be important for them. So, look at what they did with the Phillies. They won both of them. In Philadelphia to start things off, and that made it that much easier. And that's the same deal with the Dodgers. You could make this thing way easy on yourself if you took 2 in Milwaukee. And for those of you that say that what a tough way for Philadelphia to lose in the last round in the NLCS, that's hogwash, man. Absolute freaking hogwash. Because maybe their main guys could hit. If their main guys could have hit, and if they didn't drop the first 2 games in Philly, so for the people saying, oh, I feel bad for them, they lost in such a horrendous way. Well, how about you win one at home, right? How about you take a win at home? Because that would have changed everything for them. But they'll play next year, and we'll see how that goes. But really, stop feeling playing the violin. Oh, I'm so sorry, Phillies, man. What a way to lose, man. It just hurts. It doesn't matter, okay? Win one of them at home, Phillies. Your big three should be hitting the ball, and then you could stay in that series and fight it out with the Dodgers. But that's not what happened. All right. MLB offers up a prediction for the NLCS. Drum roll, please. What did they say? Here it is. It should be a fascinating series and a real battle for the NL pennant. But in the end, the Dodgers will find a way to get back to the World Series with a chance to become the first team in 25 years to repeat as champion. MLB predicts Dodgers in 7. So the Dodgers to win it in 7. And what else do they got going on? What are the odds in Vegas? What's happening with that? Well, here's the odds in Vegas. You know what's funny about this? So the Brewers, swept the Dodgers in the regular season, right? They start out at home in Milwaukee, and they're the underdog. That shows you just how freaking strong the Los Angeles Dodgers are. So there you go. Dodgers favored. Total run 7.5. I think it's going to be more than that. And I think the Dodgers will score more than that themselves, right? What does MLB also say regarding the matchups, the advantages and disadvantages? So what the MLB does is they go position to position and say what team has the advantage, what team has the disadvantage, okay? And so I started going through that this morning going, all right, what is it, right? Catcher. They give the advantage of catcher to the Brewers because of Will Smith's injury, the hairline fracture, him being out. I get that. I can live with that. First base, who's got the advantage? Obviously, that is going to go to the Dodgers. Freddie Freeman's always going to get the nod, first base. So Dodgers, the advantage there. Second base, they give the advantage to the Brewers. And I don't think it's fair when you do that second base because you don't know who's playing second base. So you could compare and say, well, our second baseman is this, so they get the advantage because that's second baseman. Well, you don't know who's playing second base for the Dodgers. So that's kind of like, yeah, just give it to the Brewers. That's what they do. Shortstop. So the people that were hating on Mookie, they give Mookie the advantage at shortstop, so the Dodgers have the advantage there. Third base, they give the Dodgers the advantage, whether it's Max Muncy or Kike playing third, doesn't matter. Dodgers get the advantage. Left field, the advantage goes to the Brewers. Center field, that's going to go to the Dodgers as well as right field because Teo's out there. DH, no-brainer. Shohei and the Dodgers take that. Starting pitching, no-brainer. Dodgers take that. But here's the deal. I'm not just going to go quietly here. They say bullpen, they're going to give the Brewers the edge. Which bullpen are you talking about for the Dodgers? If you're comparing the bullpen of pre-postseason, then maybe, yeah, I'll agree with this. But not when you got Sheehan out there. Not when you got Robleski out there. Not when you got Sasaki out there. Not when you got Kershaw out there. It's a different bullpen. You can't compare the two bullpens anymore. Because MLB is going off the bullpen what it did regular season. That's not the same bullpen. They've made adjustments. So chill the heck out on that. I would say the bullpen would go to the Dodgers myself because of the unknowns, especially Sasaki. They haven't faced him. They don't know. It's absolutely crazy. So when you look at it, you add up the advantages, you add up the disadvantages. Dodgers 7, Brewers 4. Right? So that's why MLB predicts Dodgers to take in 7 games. But I think it's Dodgers 8, Brewers 3 is how I look at that because I'd give bullpen back to the Dodgers. And I'd also go second base. Depends on who's playing. That could go back to the Dodgers too. And left field, you don't know who's playing left field either because they're saying if Alex Hall's. But Alex Hall had a great postseason so far. So that makes no sense at all. All right. Game 1 in Milwaukee. Brewers versus the Dodgers. Who do they take? Game 1, well, Snellzilla on the mound is going to see that the Dodgers do just that. That's going to do it. Dodgers Digest. I'm Brad J. Thanks for tuning on in. Subscribe, like, turn on notifications as you go through the day. Continue to think Dodger Blue, and let's go Dodgers.